makes me feel part of the living heartbeat of this city. Please welcome Florencia Caridi performing Coward by Default.
Good night, everyone. My name is Florencia Caridi. I'm originally from Buenos Aires, Argentina. And I'm a vocal coach, I'm a musical theater actress. Lately, I've been a facilitator and a mentor, but what I truly are, before being all those things, it's a coward. What is called coward by default is basically when your default response to everything is to be a coward. So when this started, well, when I was a little girl, I had this huge inner wall inside of me. It was full of shapes and colors and details, and for some reason, that beautiful world couldn't find a way out of my body. So when I was trying to talk to people, all that I could get was discomfort, you know, like moments like that. So what did I do? I shut down completely. And that was a tendency for a while, a couple of years actually, until one day I heard something that changed everything. There's only us, there's only this, forget regrets, or life is yours to miss. No other road, no other way, not day but today. And that was the answer. Musicals were the answer. You have music, you have to put it all together. It's just perfect. The way that music explains things that words can, and vice versa, that was the answer. So I decided that I wanted to build a life around that. So I studied, I went to a lot of auditions, I failed a lot. I actually have another story about that, but let's keep focused today. And suddenly I started being selected for some parts. I built my vocal academy, I created a group with others actors where we self-produce our musicals, and somehow it worked. After 15 years of hitting Rent, my very first musical, I was living surrounded by art. I wasn't a star or a diva or famous, but that was never the point. All that I ever wanted was to live surrounded by art. And I did it. And it was amazing. Until one day, I had to leave my country. And when that happened, everything that I did collapsed. I came from being a famous and respected vocal coach and performer to be no one. I came to a new city with a new language that I didn't speak yet. The culture was different, the people was different. I wasn't feeling that I could just write or sing. Everything felt so complicated. And in case you forgot, coward by default. So what do you think that I did? I shut down completely. I was trapped in my own mind, remembering over and over my past, all the amazing things that I did, and I just couldn't believe that I was that same person. But from all this remembering, a song from my home country came to me. Si al final siempre el tiempo se va, donde caen los días. Si al final abrazarse al dolor no nos deja brillar, dime qué será de los dos cuando pase la vida. Algo ocurrirá, tengo una sensación sensación, una carta guardada, un buen signo del sol. Nada es para siempre, nada es para siempre. No me digas, mi amor, que te falta valor, porque nada es para siempre. So, nothing is forever, that's the main concept of the song. Nothing is forever. For some reason, when I was remembering that song, I was remembering that little girl. And suddenly I understood that this wasn't the first time that I was having trouble communicating with people. I was born with that problem. So, I thought that that wasn't forever. What was the answer? Art. So I thought, okay, maybe if I can apply all that I learned through my formative years, I could use it to better communicate with others while I was still learning the language. So I started to use my voice with intention. I started to, practice with some theatrical tools, all my moves and everything. And you want to hear something crazy? It worked. So I started going to interviews without apologizing for my English. I started to have longer conversations, meeting new people because I was able to communicate with them. I started to be funny again. So that was when I thought, okay, if this worked to me, it means that maybe it can work for others in my same position. And that was when New Woman New Yorkers came to my life. Last year, we created a public speaking series, and at the end of that year, 5 participants gave a 5-minute speech in front of a crowd, just like I'm doing right now, in their second language, without reading. You don't think that's amazing? I think it is. There's people who can't do that either first, and they did it in their second. I'm super proud about that. I'm super proud about them. But I'm also proud of myself because I still believe that I'm that little girl that decided that art was going to be her way in life. But I'm also a woman who decided to share what she discovered because I believe that's the right thing to do, to support your community any way you can. And lately, I'm trying something new. It's called Courage by Default. I'm new at it, but it works like when you just want to run away, when you just want to shut down, like right now, for example, you don't. You just stay, you just choose courage. And because when life shakes you, and this is something that I actually learned from musicals, you have one choice. You can sing. Having the time of your life. Ooh, see that girl, watch the scene, begin the dancing queen. I'm still singing, and that's the only thing that really matters. So thank you so much.